Because the homework with this one, you have to find the meanings for this, and then I'm going to move to practicals. Chamatna, as I remember today, you said you have a class at 8:15, no? Am I correct? Still have this same problem, some sort of a connection issue, and the video is lagged here. So, today, Chamatna, just let me know at what time do you have a class? Exactly 8:15 or what? Is it 8:15 that you have a class? Chamatna, today I'm asking you, hurry up and let me know. Yeah, please, Chamatna, 8:15, no? Okay. There's something like that, okay? Sahan has a class at 8:05. Sahan has a class at 8:05. So I'll give the first chance to Sahan. Second chance to Yukta Chamatna. Then third chance to Inuki. Chamatna has a class at 8:15. So first chance will be given to Sahan because he has a class at 8:05. Then to Chamatna, then to Inuki. Okay, no? That all is better, no? Okay, Buddha Sahan, you have. You can have your chance, huh? Now, Sahan, you can start with that.
My topic is how can we stop moral erosion in Sri Lanka? Morals means stance of good behavior. In the past, Sri Lankans had good morals. Nowadays, this has changed. People have gone from bad to worse because of flogging, globalization, industries, and soon has a result various ways of modern living came to our society, especially the cities had rapid change as the technology is developed there. Sri Lankans used to go for Western patterns of living without considering their own traditions. Peoples began to do various bad things like robbing, murdering peoples for money, had gambling. As a result of this moral erosion, society is badly affected. The government, religious leaders, teachers, and professionals should take the lead to stop this. Religious leaders should emphasize the importance of our ancient cultures and civilizations to the younger generations. Teachers should teach to follow the traditional methods of living by conducting programs, meetings, stories, and poems. Those who violate the moral should be punished by the governments. Newspapers, books, magazines, and media should cultivate good manners in the hearts of the younger generations. Elders should set an examples to the younger generation. Then only we can stop these erosions of morals. As a teenage of the country, I do like to submit the following ideas for a better society: enforcing moral eros and religions, conducting awareness programs through thought media to change the thinking patterns of the peoples, educating the younger generations, seeking more assistance from religious leaders, controlling the printed media as well as the electronic media. Thank you, sir.
Agudha. Excellent, Sahan. And next chance goes to Chamatna. You can start the Chamatna. Chamatna, you can start.
I want to share the screen.
Agudha, now try it. You can.
So can you see now?
Sarvida, I can see it
Can
now. Yeah, I can see for sure.
Good evening, my dear teacher and my dear friends. Today I hope to discuss with you about the fact we must know about our body. First of all, I give a simply definitions of what is human body. The human body is a single structure, but it's made up of billions of smaller structures of four major kinds called cells, tissues, organs, and systems. An organ is an organization of several different kind of tissues so arranged that together that we can perform a special function. Second one is, what are the parts of our human body? There are so many parts in our human body. I put some of them here. Circulatory system, respiratory system, digestive system, skeletal system, muscular and nervous system, etc. These are the 7 organs in our human body. The brain. The brain is the control center of nervous system and it is located with the skull. Lungs, liver, bladder, kidneys, heart, stomach and intestines are located in our body. What is body made of? Almost 99% of the mass of human body is made up of 6 elements like oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and calcium and phosphorus. Only about 0.85% is the composed of another 5 elements like potassium, sulfur, sodium, chlorine, and magnesium. Now I'm going to tell amazing things you don't know about your body. You know, the adults' lungs have a surface area around 30 square meters. Second one is, the babies don't shed the tears until they are at least 1 month old. Your left lung is about 10% smaller than your right one. Human teeth are just as strong as shark teeth. Human lungs contain almost 1,500 miles of airways and over 300 millions of alveoli. The smallest bone found in the human body is located in the middle ear. The staples bone in only 2.8 millimeters long. You know, you can't breathe and swallow at the same time. Next one is, while you're awake, your brain produces enough electricity to power a light bulb. You are taller in morning than you are at night. Kids grow faster in the summer because there is a weather condition. There are no muscles in your fingers. Half of your hand strength is going to your pinky. It is impossible to trickle yourself. Your body position affects your memory. Stomach acid is dissolved past blades. And I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for listening.
So that was excellent, huh? Fantastic. Enlightening. Okay, next chance goes to Enuki. Enuki, you can start.
Hi everybody. All the first, thank you sir for giving this opportunity. Okay, today I'd like to talk about new telescope. From this telescope, scientists will soon be able to see how the universe begins. Okay, let's see about information about this telescope. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope is the most powerful space telescope ever built. After the complex engineering process involved years of the delay and the billions of the dollars it is scheduled to launch into the orbit 18 December 2021. James Webb was built to direct a faint infrared light of the earliest stars or galaxies. It is hoped that the data collected by this Sir, give me 1 minute.
Sure, okay, sure.
Sorry for that, sir.
Oh, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Okay, continue with that.
James Webb was built as the direct of the faint infrared light of the earlier stars or galaxies. It's hoped that the data collected by this revolutionary telescope will answer key questions about how the universe began. Some have called the NASA's James Webb Telescope the telescope that aids astronomy. It is most powerful space telescope ever built, and the complex pieces of the mechanical organism that have pushed the limits of the human engineering. On December 18, 2021, after a year of the delay and the billion of the dollars in cost overruns, the telescope is scheduled to launch into the orbit and used in the next era of astronomy. Some of the biggest unanswered questions about the universe relate to its earlier years just after the Big Bang. When did the first stars and galaxies form? Which came first and why? My next topic is the dark ages of the universe. Excellent evidence show that the universe started with the event called the Big Bang. 30.8 billion years ago, which left it in ultra hot, ultra drained state. The universe immediately began expanding after the Big Bang, cooling as it did so. 1 second after the Big Bang, the universe was 100 trillion million across the average temperature of the incredible 8 billion Fahrenheit, 10 billion Celsius. Around the 400,000 years after the Big Bang, the universe was 10 million light years across. The temperature had cooled to 5,500 Fahrenheit, 3,000 Celsius. If anyone had been there to see it at this point, the universe would have been the glowing dull red like a giant heat lamp. Throughout this time, the space was filled with smooth soup of the high energy particles, radiation, helium, and hydrogen. There was no structure. As the expanding universe became bigger and cooler, the soup thinned out and everything faded to black. This was the start of what astronomers call the dark ages of the universe. The soup of the dark ages was not perfectly uniform due to the gravity. Tiny area of the gas began to climb through became more dense. The smooth universe became lumpy, and some clumps of the denser gas were the seeds of the eventual formation of the stars, galaxies, and everything else in the universe. My next topic is looking for the first light. The dark ages end when gravity formation of the first stars and galaxies that eventually began to emit the first light. Although astronomers don't know when the first light happened, the best guess was several hundred million years after the Big Bang. Astronomers also don't know whether stars or galaxies formed at first. Current therapies based on how gravity formed the structure in a universe dominated by the dark matter suggest that small objects like stars or star clusters likely formed first and then later grew into the dwarf galaxies and then larger galaxies like a Milky Way. These first stars in the universe was extreme object compared to stars of today. There were million times brighter, but they live very short lives. They burned hot and bright, and when they die, they left behind black hole up to the 100 times of the sun's mass, which might have acted as the seed of the galaxy formation. Astronomers would love to study this fantastic and important era of the universe, but declaring first light is incredibly challenging. Compared to the massive, bright galaxies of today, the first objects were very small and due to the constant expansion of the universe. They now tens of the billion of light years away from Earth. Also, the earliest stars were surrounded by the gas left over from their formation, and these gas act like a fog that absorb more of the light. It took several hundred million years of the radiation to the blast away the fog. This earlier light is very faint by the time it gets to Earth. But this is not only the challenge. As the universe expanded, it continually stretches the wavelength of the light traveling through it. It is called the red shift because it shifts light of the shorter wavelength like a blue or white light to longer wavelength like red or infrared light. Through not a perfect analogy, it is similar to how when a car drives you past, the pitch of the any sound it is making a drops noticeable. By the time light entered by any earlier star or galaxies, 30 billion years ago, researchers any telescope on the Earth. It has been structured by the factors of the 10 by the expansion of the universe. It arrives as the infrared light, meaning it has a wavelength longer than that of the red light. To see first light, you have to be looking for the infrared light. My next topic is telescope as a time machine. Telescope are like time machine. If an object is 100,000 light years away, that means light take 100,000 years to reach Earth. So the further out in space, astronomers look, the further back in time we are looking. Engineering observer James Webb of the specially dilating the current infracted light of the earliest stars or galaxies. Compared to the Hubble Space Telescope, James Webb has 50 times wave field of the view on its camera. Collect 6 times more light, and its sensors are turned to be more sensitive to infrared light. This essentially will be to stay deeply at one page of a sky of a long time, collecting as much light and information from the most distant and the oldest galaxies as possible. With this data, it may be possible to answer when and how dark ages entered. But there are many other important discoveries to be made. For example, unraveling this story maybe also help explain the nature of the dark matters, the mystery of the form of the matters that make up about the 80% of the mass of the universe. Then this is my end of my speech. Then thank you all of you for your attention.
And it was excellent, informative and excellent, appreciable. And next chance goes to Nidusha. Put Nidusha, can you start with Nidusha? Nidusha. Nidusha. Nidusha.
Arya.
You can start with Nidusha. Nidusha. Right, Nidusha, I'll give the chance to you later, no? When a card deal or chance got the Nidusha, what again? Okay, Dema. Okay, then next chance I'll give to Pasan and then to Nidusha. Pasan, you can start. Ude Pasan ta Pasan Nidusha mama ada denna ngai tackle ready wenna meanwhile. Okay, Pasan, you can start.
Natural resource is not a complex thing. Basically, we can say that everything that whether it is the water, coal, natural grasses, minerals, and air, all these things come under natural resources. Type of natural resources, the categories and use of every natural resource are different, but at broader level, they are categories into two categories, namely renewable and non-renewable. Natural resources, these are those natural resources that are present in abundance and also renew easily. These include sunlight, water, air, soil, humans, and wood. But even them same resources take time to renew, like the wood and soil. Finish.
Okay, Pasan, very good. There are some connection issues I think from your side. Nidusha, are you ready, Nidusha now?
My name is Upendram Subramaniam and I am 10 years old. I am from Jaffna. I am grade 6 student of Jaffna College. My father's Rakesh and my mother name is Parvati. They are teachers. I have 2 sisters. My favorite food is idli. I like playing chess. Orange is my favorite color. My favorite subject is mathematics. My ambition is to be an engineer one day. Thank you, sir.
Okay, but excellent. And next chance goes to Randi. You can start with Randi.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about human rights under several headings. What are human rights? Human rights belong to each and every one of us equally. Human rights are standards that recognize and protect the dignity of all human beings. Human rights govern how individual human beings live in society and with each other, as well as their relationship with the state and the obligations that the state have towards them. Human rights law obliges governments to do some things and prevents them from doing others. Individuals also have responsibilities in using their human rights. They must respect the rights of others. No government, group, or individual person has the right to do anything that violates another's rights. My next topic is universality and inalienability. Human rights are universal and inalienable. All people everywhere in the world are entitled to them. No one can voluntarily give them up, nor can others take them away from him or her. My next topic is invisibility. Human rights are invisible, whether civil, political, economic, social, or cultural in nature. They are all inherent to the dignity of every human person. Consequently, they all have equal status as rights. There is no such thing as a small right. There is no hierarchy of human rights. My next topic is interdependence and interrelatedness. The realization of one right often depends wholly or in part upon the realization of others. For instance, the realization of the right to health may depend on the realization of the right to education or of the right to information. My next topic is equality and non-discrimination. All individuals are equal as human beings and by virtue of the inherent dignity of each human person. All human beings are entitled to their human rights without discrimination of any kind, such as race, color, sex, ethnicity, age, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, disability, property, be it other status as explained by the human rights treaty bodies. My next topic is participation and inclusion. Every person and all persons are entitled to active, free and meaningful participation in, contribution to, and enjoyment of civil, political, economic, social, and cultural development, through which human rights and fundamental freedoms can be realized. Adapt from Introduction to the Human Rights Based Approach, UNICEF, Finland, 2050. Thank you very much, everyone. So now I am finished.
That was excellent. Very good day. Appreciable because you talk a lot of topics together. You cover now. Nice. And Sendri is to a chance today. Sendri, you can start with that.
Thank you, sir. Today my topic is about history of computers. The computers play a major role in the society nowadays. The first man-made computing device was the abacus. It was made before 1939. Secondly, John Napier, who was a Scottish mathematician, invented the Napier's bone device. It was called as Napier's rods 2. It was made as an 8 to multiplication. After that, in 1642, a French mathematician called Blaise Pascal invented an adding machine called Pascaline. Lately, in 1674, Gottfried Wilhelm made several improvements on Pascaline machine to divide and multiply. And in 1833, Charles Babbage invented the analytical engine and differential engine. It was a general-purpose machine. Lately, Madame Ada Augusta Lovelace tried to write programs for the analytical engine, so considering she is the first programmer in the world. After that, a French scientist named Joseph Jacquard invented a mechanical loom using punch card system. After that, in 1818, Dr. Herman Holroyd developed the punch card that it would contain data coded in form of punch holes. Lately, after more than 60 years, in year 1944, A man named Howard Aiken invented the machine called Automatic Sequence Control Calculator at the Harvard University with his team and with help of the IBM company. This machine was named as Mark I. So this is my end of the speech. Thank you everyone for hearing my speech.
It was excellent. It's short but excellent. Next chance goes to Enuki. You can start that. If anyone needs a second chance, please let me know. Send me a message, okay, through WhatsApp chat, so that I can give you a chance. Now this chance goes to Enuki because she has inquired.
Hi everybody. Today I'd like to talk about astronomer black hole in the NGC 1000.
Wait, sorry for disturbing. You asked about the relation between gravity and time. No, it's like
Yes.
this. I was thinking at the moment. Usually the theory is the speed of the light is equivalent to the time. So it means, which means that I think, as I remember, the light goes at a speed of 3,60,000. That means 360,000 kilometers per second, as I remember, or something like that. Okay, closer to that. You can find it on the internet. I can't exactly remember the numbers, something like that, per second. So the time of the speed is the same. If the speed of the light is 360,000 per second, then the speed of the time is also 360,000 per second, or maybe I can't exactly remember, maybe something like that. Whatever the numbers is, they both are same. Okay, same. So consider about the black holes. Once you enter the black hole, just because of the gravity is higher in the black hole, you are traveling faster than the light. Okay, then that means you are faster than the time. So gravity can change, I think, the speed of the time, which means it can make an object go faster than the time. So I think there must be a relation between the gravity and the time. Unfortunately, I have been teaching English for a long time, and this is not too logical. I am making English logical by teaching. The ways I am changing it to be logical, but I'm not dealing with science now for a long time, unfortunately. So my knowledge of science is getting bit by bit, some sort of a reduce, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I saw in the internet, if gravity is high, time is going slow. If gravity is low, time is going very speedy.
Yeah, I exactly can't remember in the black hole whether the gravity is low or higher. Whether it has a high
Gravity
gravity
is higher, sir.
higher. So when the gravity is higher in the black hole, the object is moved so fast.
Yeah.
That could be the reason. No, now I can't exactly remember whether in the black hole gravity is higher or low. If it is higher, and that is the reason for the speed, which means when the gravity is higher and the speed is higher, that is the reality. You can remember this one. That is, the speed of the light is equal to the speed of the time.
Yes.
So when you are going faster than the light, you are going faster than the time.
Yes.
Okay, so in the black hole, if the gravity is low and high, I can't remember exactly what it is now. Like I said, I'm teaching English for I think now 10 or 11 years, and I'm not really dealing with science now. Actually, it's like making me blunt. Blunt means like I'm becoming like sort of a unaware of so many science theories, because I was really good at those things those days, and now I'm really dealing with this stuff. No. So now I'm trying to make students better, not me better. Those days I was trying to make me better, not the students, because I was a student and I had to do only improve my brain. No, so I can't exactly remember. Okay, today you can search that. Check in the black hole whether gravity is higher or low. If it is higher, when the gravity is higher, and when the speed is very much like when it becomes faster and faster, you are defeating time, which means you are going faster than time. So there's a relation between the gravity and the time.
Okay, so I can understand.
Okay, you can continue that.
Okay, today I'd like to talk about astronomer direct a black hole in a NGC 1850 as my second topic. Okay, let's start. An international team of the astronomer report the direction of the hole in a cluster known as a NGC 1850. The newly found black hole is about 11 times more massive than the Sun and turns out to be a part of the binary system. Given the black holes cannot be directly observed, proving their existence is the challenging. The stronger evidence of the black hole comes from the binary system in which a visible star can be shown to be orbiting a massive but unseen compression. Therefore, astronomers use the system to directly uncover the presence of a black hole by the studying and motion of the visible object orbiting around it. To date, only a few direct dynamical direction of the non-interacting black holes have been made in star cluster due to the observation limitations. Moreover, no direct dynamical direction of the black hole in a young massive cluster has been reported so far. Finding such objects could be critical in advancing the knowledge regarding their internal mass function and the earlier dynamical evolution of the black hole in the higher diversity environments. Now, a group of astronauts led by the Tharaka of the Liverpool John Mayer University, UK, they report the first dynamic direction of the black hole with a comparison of the global cluster GC, and the object decided the NGC 1850 BH1 was found in the NGC 1850. It is young, about 100 million years old and massive, with the mass of around 100,000 solar mass GC in the large magnetic cloud. The discovery is part of the systematic search of the settled mass black hole in the young massive settled cluster in the LMC by the exploiting multi-approach MUSE, multi-layer unit spectroscopy observation taken at the ESOS, a very large telescope. Through the notation of the rotation velocity variations. According to the study, the newly found the binary consist of the black hole with the mass of the approximately 11.1 solar mass and the main swinging stern of the star, about 4.9 times more massive than the Sun. It is semi-directed system with a short period of the 5.04 days and the orbital inclination at the level of the 38 degrees. The researchers assume that the system will likely experience a Roche-Lobe overflow as soon as the compression star evolves out of the main sequence. They predicate a stable mass transfer and the significant X-ray emission, generally leading of the widening of the brilliance. Mass transfer will be likely end when most of the hydrogen envelope of the donor star have either been transferred to the compression or been lost from the system, leaving a helium star cone. If so, it will likely experience another perhaps of the mass transfer and X-ray emission. When the stars burns Sorry, sir. Burn helium in the shell, ending up as a black hole plus white dwarf system. The astronomers explained. The summation of the results may be the starting point in the construction of the black hole interior mass fraction. Moreover, their study supports the research of the complete dynamically detectable population of the black holes. Then this is my end of my speech. Then thank you all of you for your attention, and thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity.
That it is informative. Excellent, huh? Really nice. And who else need a second chance? Tau කාටද second chance එකක් ඕනිද? So just let me know. Send me a message. Or Enoki, if you want need a third chance, you can also ask about that. And others, please send me a message if you need another chance. Yes, Randi and Senator and Nidusha. Do you need a second chance? Please let me know. Send me a message whether you need the second chance or not. Okay, no messages are here. Okay, Buddha, sure, Randi. And then, Enuki, do you need a third chance or not, Buddha? Okay, Enuki, you know, I had a laugh and crazy for science those days. And then, unfortunately, I became a teacher of English, not science. So I don't know where I went wrong. So,
yeah, I asked from my science. It is answer to. It is not answer to me.
Yeah, because you know they are just teaching the subject. They don't love the subject. I think sometimes I can't blame them. And some things are very, you know, what's called advanced. And some people cannot understand even the advanced theories. So you have an advanced brain to your grade. You are grade 80 student, but you must have a brain like, you know, 12 or 13 or more than it. So what to do? No, we are dealing with people with less advanced brains, and once we have advanced brain, they cannot understand what we say. So instead they miss us. So what you ask is, you know, there must be a relativity. At the moment, I can't exactly say, but you have to. I said you the theory. You have to find the data. Okay.
Okay, sir.
With the theory I said, if you put the data, surely your problem will be solved. Okay, then everyone, bye. See you next day. Good night. Have a studious week. Stay safe. And Enuki, I just thought it, you know, like 10 minutes, and I didn't have much time because I was teaching now. So I'll find more if I have enough time. Huh? Okay, everyone, bye then.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Everyone, good night and bye.